Hey, good afternoon, or maybe it's morning. It may be evening, maybe in the middle of the night when you're watching this. So, anyway, wherever you are, whatever time it is, thank you for watching. I've got several things we're going to talk about. Let me do some housekeeping stuff in the beginning and remind you to also subscribe to this channel if you would. But to let you know something, you may have seen it on the short a few minutes ago. I posted a short video. But I started a brand new channel called Prayer Unlimited. And for several reasons, I won't get into the reasons why right now, but I just want to tell you a little bit about it. You can go to this channel, and here's what our plans are for Prayer Unlimited. Our plans are to maybe daily, maybe every other day or so, I'm going to post a prayer, short one, maybe 2, 3 minutes at the most. Maybe it'll be less than 60 seconds, so it'll be a short, but post prayers often where I'm praying for you about specific things. For example, one day we're going to pray for people with depression. One day we're going to pray for people who feel like they're being attacked spiritually. We're going to pray for finances a lot. Let me just go ahead and say this. A couple areas that you need to always stay strong in faith in and continue to keep your prayer life and your faith and your belief in God and your confessions and your positive outlook on life concern your health and your finances and also your relationships. And so when it comes to those three things, your health, finances, relationships, we're going to really dive into those three subjects a lot, different parts of those subjects, and we're going to do a lot of praying concerning those. Now, here's how you can find that channel. I made it easy. You can go to praywithdoug.com, and that will take you straight to the YouTube channel, praywithdoug.com. And if you would please, if you haven't subscribed to this channel, Turnaround Unlimited, what we do here is we talk about all things turnaround. I believe that I'm a turnaround expert. And in that, because, 7 years ago, I wrecked my life, and through the help of the Holy Spirit and good counsel and good friends and just some raw determination, and my wonderful wife, obviously, my life has completely made a 180. My life has completely turned around, and there were points in that part of my life where I had given up hope on myself. I never imagined that I would be preaching the gospel again. I never imagined that people would ask me to speak at their church again. I never imagined that I'd be having 2 YouTube channels that deal with things so intense and so spiritual that help people turn their life around. And so I'm very thankful. And I consider myself a turnaround expert because of the direction that the Lord's enabled me to take the last few years to get out of that mess. And so I will say this. Let me say this up front, just in case you're wondering, you don't get turned around, or you can't turn your life around by yourself. It takes a lot more people to do that. And so what we do here, not only do we put out these videos like this, and we put out the shorts that we do, and every now and then I'll sprinkle in a real funny short, just just to make sure that you're still laughing, because laughing's important. But we do live events every Monday night, 7 o'clock. Now let me just talk to you about those live events. The people that I have on my show, if that's what you want to call it, or my channel, or my live broadcast, I don't care what you call it. You understand. What I do is I put this out on my Facebook page. I put it out on my Turnaround Unlimited Facebook page. It may go to the Prodigal Sons Facebook page. We're going to talk about that in a little bit. But it goes to Twitter and Instagram, and also, oh, yeah, of course, the YouTube channels, obviously. And so we go live with that. And what I do is I interview other people who I believe and I feel like they're also turnaround experts in their field. I've got some folks like Clay Bentley. We had Jimmy Hockaday already on, and he certainly knows a lot about getting people to a place to receive God's healing. He does, and we talked a lot about that. I've got Clay Bentley coming up. You don't want to miss this. Clay was the 6th person in Georgia to contact COVID and contacted it, they believe, at a church service while he was in the choir singing praises. And he was in the hospital. They had to hospitalize him. They were waiting to put him on a ventilator. And he's going to tell you the story about that, of how Jesus walks in the room. And now here he is out 3 years later preaching the gospel. He was supposed to have died, but he didn't. And so it's going to be a great testimony, great story. I've got one of my favorite people in the entire world I'm going to be talking to. He's my pastor. His name's Gary Lamb. Most of you, maybe you've heard of him. Maybe you've heard of Gary, maybe you haven't. But I promise you, you'll want to watch that one coming up, because that's going to be fun. I don't even know what he's going to say, and there's no telling what he'll say. He's probably one of the most controversial people that I've ever met, that I love dearly, and we're going to have a good time with Gary that night. He's going to be on our podcast a lot. Edward Maestas and Edward Apostolati, if I mispronounce your last name, I'm sorry. I'll get it right before you get here. But Eddie pastors a church in Southern California. I was just out there with him a few weeks ago. And what an amazing, just a genuine man of God. And when you meet him, you'd never realize that he grew up as a gangbanger, grew up in the streets of LA, got a wonderful testimony, life turnaround. We're going to be talking with him. I'm excited about that interview as well. We got Jennifer Rogers coming up. Jennifer grew up in the same town I did. Jennifer served time. She was incarcerated. She was gone. Methane. She was on drugs and in jail and had lost everything. And God's turned her life around. And I'm excited to have Jennifer on here. Of course, we've got Dr. Robert Watkins. Robert's been a friend of mine for years and years and years. Been one of my closest friends. I love him dearly. Robert started out as an orphan, and now he's a multimillionaire and one of the top most influential Black men in America. You do not want to miss that. You business leaders, I promise you, you're going to want to watch that. And so but you've got to subscribe to this channel and be notified when these dates are going to be coming up. And I'll always post, the week ahead of time, and on Facebook, if you follow us on Turnaround Unlimited, or my page, if you follow me, or here on YouTube, you're going to find out when they are coming up. But they are every Monday at 7 p.m. And then I just met with this lady the other day. Her name's Meg Thompson. She lives in Woodstock, and she owns and operates the Brain Train Centers. I had an interview with her the other day. I'm blown away at what they're doing now with the technology to help people get through addictions, get over habits, get over things that have just held them down for years and turn their life around. So everything about this channel, everything you're going to hear on Turnaround Unlimited is about life turnaround, whether it's to prodigal sons, and we talk about Prodigal Sons Alliance and the network that we've started and that we're growing, we're building, or turning their life around, or if it's your health, or if it's church health, or if it's your finances, you're going to find it here. So we've got different playlists that we'll be putting these videos on. And so I just want to encourage you, hey, please subscribe. I know everybody's asking you to subscribe to their channel. And it's the newest, hottest thing. And watch their videos. And most of the time, these videos that you're watching, they are a waste of freaking time, period. And you know that, I know that. So I promise you this. Number one, I promise you that I'm not going to waste your time. I'm going to always give you good content. I'm going to have very good guests on here. I promise you, you're going to enjoy that and you're going to get something from it. Same thing with praywithdoug.com. We're going to pray. We're going to do some teaching. Obviously, you need to have these longer videos to teach about prayer. And, as we dive into the types of prayer, we're going to talk about how to pray. We're going to talk about spiritual warfare. We're going to talk about worship. We're going to talk about all those things so that we're better at what we do when it comes to prayer, and that we learn how to receive better the things that God has for us. So whether it's here or that channel, I promise you, I'm not going to bore you. I'm going to give you good content, and I'm not going to waste your time. I can promise you that. So please be sure to subscribe to both channels. And with that, I guess that's it. I just wanted to come on here today and let you know that, hey, these things are coming up. Be sure to subscribe. Be sure to watch. Be sure to ask questions. Oh, and I almost forgot. And I think I said it in the short. Those of you that have prayer requests, send those in to me. Go to praywithdoug.com, and in the comments under those videos, tell me what you want me to pray with you about. I want to pray with you. Listen, prayer is the major part of life turnaround. Prayer is the major part of financial stability and prosperity. Prayer does change things. I don't care what people say. It's not just mumbling words. And I can promise you this, and then I'm going to let you go. I can promise you this. When you ask me to pray for you, I'm not going to send you a message back saying something like they do on Facebook, and y'all understand this. I'm not going to send you a message back going, sending prayers, praying, hands clapping. Ooh, how sweet. No, I'm going to pray for you. I'm going to call your name out if you put your name in there. I'm going to call that specific thing, and then I want to hear back from you about the results you get. Amen. Let me pray for you now. Father, I pray for every single person watching this. I pray for their families. I pray for their children, their parents, their grandparents. I pray for their relationships. Lord, I pray over their finances. And I pray to God that you'd bless them and bless them tremendously, Lord, beyond what they could ever think or feel or even know, Father. Lord, take them to new realms and new activities and new levels, Father. And also pray you protect them. Every new level comes a new devil. We all know that. But Lord, give them the wisdom, give them the understanding, give them the knowledge and the know-how, Father, to stay an overcomer in this life. Not only to experience the best that you have for them, God, but to be the very thing that you created them to be. God bless you guys. I love you. Thank you so much for watching this, and I'll see you soon.